You missed
5, 6, 7, 8.
So there's always like a little bleep of us before the introduction. And so I was like dancing and I was kicking and then he missed it. But then I just gave it to you right then. So it's all good. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
No more dilly-dally.
This
Let's
was
get
an
in it. Oh,
incredible episode, right?
I was like so I was like all snuggly, cuddly in my bed watching Survivor. And there was a couple times Survivor I was kind of perked up.
Well,
And
and
then
there was
Amazing
moments where
Race.
you were like starting to nod off a little bit, maybe.
Yes. And then Amazing
Survivor.
Race. And I'm like, I can't even lay down. Like epic, so much to talk about. Let's dive in.
Well, I mean, we had like snippets, right, with the preview and even some of the stuff on the Amazing Races, like, you know, Instagram page, like promoting, like this was going to be an episode for the season. Did I expect that we were going to be trending on Twitter last night?
I know. Isn't that amazing?
The Amazing Race trending on Twitter. Like, if that doesn't tell CBS that Amazing Race belongs in the regular lineup moving forward, like, come on, people. Like,
I know.
Amazing Race
the lineup, they just posted the lineup, and in the spring,
it's
Amazing
a cooking
Race
show.
is not on. It's the cooking show. So season 39 that has already filmed is now going to air in the fall. I love Padma.
Hopefully.
I love cooking, but no, thank you. But I will say, it kind of was like Dancing with the Stars. The semifinals of Dancing with the Stars was kind of a little lackluster with this whole buildup of the double U-turn and everyone standing there. And I thought it would get feisty, and it didn't. It wasn't as
I bet
crazy
it did.
as I thought it was.
I bet it did. And what I'm hearing on some of the, you know, Chat BCC comments and stuff was there was stuff that
they would want to edit that. They would want to show the parts like you said that did it but enough. They didn't. I mean, they showed me going, we're not gonna be friends anymore. I mean, that was the stupidest thing to say ever. I'm like, and that wasn't even like a mad fight. I'm like, they didn't add. Were they saying that on Chat GPT or whatever?
Chat GPT, Chat BCC.
Yes,
well, yes. So there was definitely some stuff that didn't make the edit. There was definitely some things, you know, that I think we're going to be able to get the tea on later from Jag and Jazz, Taylor and Kylan, and others
together.
Yes. So I'm just going to jump right to it. Like, I've already leaked it on Discord. I've already leaked it on Chat BCC. So for, you know, and I've got slides at the end. Well, let's just jump to the end. I'm just going to go to these slides. So our guests for this recap for this week.
Oh my gosh.
We've got,
you guys hold the phone.
Kylan and Taylor coming back.
Awesome. Coming back. Awesome.
Yes. 100%.
Awesome.
We've got
so much.
Jag and Jazz coming back as guests.
Love them.
And so they're going to be able to give us so much. But what I'm also excited about, we've got Brendan and Rachel joining us. We've got royalty in the house, like going to be coming on talking about the Amazing Race. Like, this is, you know, Brendan, 2-time Big Brother, 2-time Amazing Racer. Rachel, 3-time Big Brother player.
You're not worthy.
3-time Amazing Racer. So I'm so stoked that they're going to be joining us for this recap. So we're shooting it tomorrow. We've got lots of stuff that we're going to be able to break down, talk about. Yes.
And we've literally been planning this for months and months and months because we knew about a double U-turn and we were like, who else got double U-turned? Rachel did. Let's see if Rachel wants to be on our podcast. Like, anyways. Okay, let's go back to the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
Because
so,
it's
lots of excitement. Like, yes, we might have to set a time limit for this stream because this recap is probably going to be 1.5 hours, maybe 2 hours long. Like, I don't know, but let's talk about this episode. So I'm not a big fan of olives. We're ripping reading. Anytime we're ripping and reading at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
There's an equalizer. There's an equalizer. It's a plane. Like, everyone's going to be together. Like, and anytime that you roll into a location and Phil is there in the middle of the leg.
Never
Nothing good comes
Never
of this
good.
kind of stuff.
They
Right?
all kind of said that. They're like, "Oh, Phil." Oh no, Phil. That was
Yeah.
us. That was definitely us when we were in the monkey sanctuary. We're like, oh shoot.
Yeah, she made it on alive. Welcome, welcome,
Yay!
welcome. So yeah, lots of stuff to break down and discuss about this
Well, I
episode.
like the way they did it a little bit differently. Like ours had pictures like with a flip paper thing. Theirs is this box. I like that it was a little bit different and unique. It seemed kind of big and clunky, but I did think it looked cool overall.
Well, I will say I thought this was too late for a live W turn vote. Okay?
100%. They should have done this
6
3 or 4
teams,
episodes ago.
like,
Wait. Yeah.
yeah.
No.
I mean, ours happened in leg 5, and there were
too
9
soon.
teams left. I don't know. That
No,
9 teams, when you're voting for one team each, that allows for like 5-4, 3-3-3, like lots of interesting combinations
I was thinking
with
that was a
9
little
voters.
soon.
It did feel soon because
I
we
think
were on the
like 6,
receiving end
7
of
is
it.
the
We wanted
sweet
to go
spot.
longer, but I agree.
No, yeah.
8, 7, 5 felt short. What I thought production did really well here was allowing teams to vote twice. So
Yes,
first time
brilliant.
this has ever happened in the Amazing Race where a live U-turn vote was more than just voting for one team. So now we have 6 teams voting twice each. Now we've got 12 votes out there.
Yeah, which is smart. I like that. Yep,
and
I like that.
for them to, I agree, Susie, too late in the game, I think, for them to do it.
Susie's
Should
on
have
it.
happened at like 6. Yeah, definitely.
6, 7. Yeah.
6,
7. Oh my gosh.
Our boys would be dying.
Dumbest trend ever. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Quick pause. I'm a crossing guard and I have like 4 buses that go in front of me. Every day the kids pull down, "Hey, crossing lady, 6, 7." And then I'm always like, "Hey, love you. Bye." I'm like waving and they're like, do it. And I'm like, 6, 7. And they all just bust up laughing. They think it's hysterical. Anyways, stupidest trend.
So dumb. 6, 7. So it should have happened in leg 6, 7.
6, 7. Oh, so dumb. Okay. Yes, I agree. It should have happened. It happened a little earlier. But because it happened late, the double, brilliant. Epic move. Epic move.
For them to vote for 2 teams each, huge, right?
Yeah.
Also, the speed bump, like I was expecting a challenge as the consequence for a non-elimination leg for Joseph and Adam. Last season, Han and Holdit didn't have any penalty for their non-elimination leg.
Yeah.
Hated that twist. I thought that was poor. I did like this as a consequence. It didn't make any difference. It didn't cause any huge issue for Joseph and Adam, but it could have, right? Like that one vote, if there had been other people that had stacked some votes on Joseph and Adam, that one vote could have been a big deal.
Not on this episode. Those challenges were so flippin' easy. I don't know. I don't think that was a good consequence. I think it should have been something else.
Lots of comments about this penalty. They thought it was stupid.
Yeah, I agree. Penalty was stupid. Yep.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So what if the penalty vote had been announced before and then they chose who to vote for based on that information? That's interesting.
I like that.
That maybe could have had an influence on people. Oh, James is in the chat. Welcome, King James.
James,
winner, season 32, Amazing Race.
Another legend, legend in the house.
100%. So he's saying the consequence should have been shared prior to the vote. I don't know. The lack of a speed bump was infuriating. 2 seasons in a row, it doesn't make sense. So I agree, James. Like I feel like speed bump felt like I got to take this off of my face. I'm sorry. Not that I hate you, James. You're just like taking up too much space. So I felt like speed bump's been such a good match to a non-elimination leg. So an extra challenge, even though it's not very hard, having the opportunity for them to have to overcome something huge. A vote when there's 12 votes in total didn't feel that significant enough. So yeah, I feel like, so a couple more comments from James. Yes, it should have been shared prior because the way more of a penalty. The strategy behind the vote could have been way different if it was. Yep. And then, of course, he says, and Joseph probably wouldn't have been as wishy-washy because, hello, there's a race for $1 million. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about this. I felt like this is a hot take. Joseph, no hate here, okay? But you're 9 legs into a race. Yes, we've got friends, exes, a lot of stuff to navigate, but this is a race for $1 million. For you to put all of that weight on your brother Adam to make the decision here, okay, and absolve yourself of any responsibility, I thought was a cop-out. Okay, I'm just gonna call it.
I agree with you. I felt like it was a cop-out, but I will say, from our experience, I wasn't like every second $1 million. I wasn't like, this is a game. Like, I was part of more of the group and friends. And that's why when I had that issue, I was like, well, we're no longer friends. Cause I'm like, I felt like we were all kind of collectively doing this exciting adventure together. I wasn't like focused on $1 million when I probably should have been more so.
Yes.
So I get why he would say that. And maybe the first one would be okay to slide, but then the second time you said that, I was like,
revote. Okay, so
yeah, I'm like,
before we get to the revote, there's a couple of things I want to throw out here. And I'm sure you guys are so active in the chat already. And I think it's because this episode was so engaging and raging in so many different ways. There should not be burner votes happening at this point. When every vote matters, I don't see how Jack and Chelsea are catching a vote here. I also don't see how Izzy and Paige are catching a vote here. So I know we're going to get into this more when we get, Kylan and Taylor on the recap and talk about why they threw a vote here at Izzy and Paige. There's a lot of frustrations out there from people about the whole male, female, because that's how they call these teams an Amazing Race. That's not me. I didn't decide that term. That's been 37, 38 seasons of them calling these teams this way. So for Izzy and Paige to catch a vote here doesn't make sense to me, because that single vote could have stopped a revote from even happening. If Jack and Chelsea don't catch a vote there, or Izzy and Paige don't catch a vote there is probably no revote. Okay, one thing. Second thing, there's 12 votes. Like, throwing away a vote here makes no sense to me. And yes, I know that the two highest expected people to catch votes are going to be Eric and Tucker, Jazz and Jack, because they've been dominating the race. They've been finishing every single episode, barring the birthday gift that was given to Natalie and Stephanie. They're the clear front runners here. I don't know how they don't catch everybody's votes, right? I don't know.
And saying, like, if you're saying Jack and Chelsea or whoever, like, you have to have a solid reason, and not like, if they said, oh, I'm doing Jack and Chelsea because she did this or he did that, then I can understand it. But doing it saying this is a burn vote, I don't know what to do, like, is silly.
Yeah. Here's some few more comments. Susie saying, if Taylor and Kylan just voted for Jag and Jazz, they wouldn't have been U-turn. 100%. Now, to their defense, they've said they've been trying to work with them, right? So burning them here causes some problems. And so, it's tough. It's tough, Apparently there was Joseph and Adam had a brother pact where Adam could override Joseph, but Joseph just couldn't really decide. Yep, I know. Also, live U-turn vote was way too late in the race. It should have been earlier. Agreed. Yeah. Why wasn't it like in your season? You should have just voted for one team. I think if it was earlier, you're only doing one vote, right? At this point, this late in the game, they're doing 2 votes, right? And then this one said Tyler was mad last night that Joseph was giving different reasons publicly than he had been given her privately. All right, we're going to get into that. I can't speak to that. I'm not those teams. When we're in the recap, we can get into that more. Whether it's sincere, I don't know, but there's a lot of frustration here. So now we get to a revote. Now they only get one vote. couple of concerns here. Why doesn't the penalty vote carry over into this? It wouldn't have changed anything. It still would have been
Right. It still should.
3-3-1.
Yeah.
But I feel like if this penalty vote against Joseph and Adam had any bearing as a real
It should go the
penalty,
whole way. Right.
maybe it continues. But again, they weren't in the original tie. So if they're only voting between, quote, the ties, then maybe that's why Joseph and Adam aren't in here. But, you know, at this point, here's my frustration. Okay. Joseph and Adam say that they're trying to send Eric and Tucker home. The correct vote here is not to split the vote. Correct. You don't put 3 teams into the U-turn because that gives Eric and Tucker what they want. If you listen to Eric and Tucker when they're talking to Phil, they want a tie here. They want 3 people because that improves their chances of getting through this U-turn. So if truly you are trying to make it so that Tucker and Eric go home, you only put Jag and Jazz in that finale. Or not in that finale, U-turn, yes. Right? Yes. So I don't know why you're voting for a tie here. I think Joseph and Adam get themselves in trouble, and they stand by it. They say it again at the mat that this is why we put 3 teams, you know, in the U-turn, is because we wanted to send Tucker and Eric. The math isn't mathing. That doesn't make sense. If you're trying to send a team home, you don't have more people. So, all right, lots of comments here. I'm just going to throw these up. In my opinion, putting private discussion in public, not a classy move. Yes, they wanted to draw. My head's still spinning.
They didn't want their hands to be as bloody, at least bloody as possible. So that's why they did that, and that's why they said that.
Right. And here's the thing: let the chips fall where they may. Okay. Yeah. It sounds to me like when the rubber met the road, if you had to choose between Jag and Jazz and what?
Where the rubber met your analogies are crazy. I literally have never heard you say that. But keep going, my friend.
Yeah. So when you've got to choose between your ex and your best friend, I guess you're going to choose boys over girl, right? You're going to choose bros over hoes.
Also, when they were saying that, I thought of when we do family games, like we go hardcore. I mean, we have some family games we do at the table. Other times we literally move out all the furniture out of our kitchen and living room area, and we do crazy. It would be like me. Oh, I'll let my one son win. No, we don't play like that. You have to play to win. Now, obviously, we don't like hold a grudge like all day long, but we play to have fun to win.
Yeah.
Even against my own kids, even against their own mom and dad. Like we love to like have that competition in the house. So yeah, when she's saying, or when he's saying, oh, my ex-girlfriend and my best friend, I get that. Everyone knows that. And you can say, this is hard because it's my best friend and my girlfriend, but this is a game, and boom, that's who I'm voting for. Like they should have had a little bit more, I don't know.
So I do agree with what MTV saying here. You know, the idea was a 3-way tie of Jazz and Jag and Taylor and Kylan can work together and knock out Tucker and Eric. Yeah, maybe that makes sense. They're not going to work together when they're already heated with each other here. Like
they already were mad.
Work, right?
But you can't think that because you don't know what the challenges are. You don't know if you actually can help them, and it came to be where you couldn't help them in some anyway.
All right, we go right into the detour. Well, no, sorry, not quite. They've got to hunt around the Acropolis and find the guy holding the flag to get the clue.
The most random man, like no costume on, nothing. Like he's just standing there.
Like I think he was supposed to blend in more as a tourist.
Okay,
you know,
I thought it was weird.
You know, again, hilarious that Jack and Chelsea are still getting lost. You know, like they struggle with directions, both heading to the Acropolis.
Listen, this is a PSA. Anyone that's wanting to be on The Amazing Race, please do not just start walking in a direction. If you don't know where you're going, there was a million people. Ask somebody, may I hold your phone and look for yourself of I think they said this street. Where are you going? What are you doing? Don't do that. You guys do not do that.
Okay. From there, they rip and read. They find out the detour. This frustrated me. You already said it. I felt these were the weakest detour challenges of like almost the entire season. They felt like mini speed bumps.
Yes, they were so easy.
Like And now, granted, some people struggled with the olives. And so, not to diminish their performance or how hard it might have been for them, but I felt like carrying the, you know,
Piano thing
piano thing,
or
right,
the
on your
yeah.
back. And granted, some teams struggled with the fact you're supposed to take the stand and the basket. Like
Read your
that
clue.
seemed like a
Yeah,
no-brainer,
crazy.
right? You got to
Yeah.
read the clue. Number one rule in Amazing Race, read the clue. But then furthermore, like you get there, you pan like 10 euros felt soft. Like
Oh,
in a
easy.
area as busy as that plaza was, like
Yeah.
up the ante, guys, like 20
Yeah.
euros, 30 euros, 50 euros. Like, let's make the and every team overshot the 10 euros. Like, I think the
Yeah.
closest was Jazz and Jag at 12.20. Some had 18. Like, it was crazy, right? So that felt too easy, right?
Yeah.
In addition to that, the olives, most of the teams got on their first attempt. I think 3 teams out of the 5 that did that challenge
Yeah.
got it on their first try.
And it was only the 3 black, weird, like pruny olives that everyone that had an issue had the issue with. This was just the black ones. It was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, definitely those were the ones I guess
Something
that were
more.
harder
Yeah,
to
for
tell.
sure. For
You know,
sure.
um,
Interesting. Yeah, I
so
thought it was easy.
if we're not U-turned, which one are we doing first off? Like in a detour,
The music one, because we're more performers. You
physical,
have
physical
yes.
first.
So well, yes, but also like I would have been and did you notice that the guys made the money a lot quicker than Taylor did? And I feel like the guys were like talking to the tourists, and the tourists like, oh,
Playing
what a
it up.
cute kid this is. Like, I don't know. I felt like there was, but we would have been like, obnoxious and loud and be like, hey, we're whatever. Like, we're tourists. We're just needing money. Like, we would have been dancing and I would have been cranking. You would have been like, hey,
Yep.
like this. And we would have gotten that money so fast. But we could have easily done the olives. I love olives. I think we would have been tripped up a little bit like the other teams with the black olives. But
well,
it was that.
At first, I felt like when they got to the part of the challenge where they had to put the olives, in the right labels or whatever, I was thinking they couldn't taste them again. So I was like, well, what's the whole point of tasting them to begin with? But then we start seeing teams like trying them, tasting them, seeing if that's the right match or not. I don't know. I still stand by the fact that these felt like soft challenges. Like I felt like our challenges between coral and coconuts, that double detour after a U-turn vote was
even
so
in our
hard.
season when they did the cheese, like all the cheese was white and it all looked the same.
Very
like it was
subtle differences.
Like with the olives, you can like look, there's 3 black ones and there's these like green ones. Like I think Jag and Jazz like got it out of luck. I don't think they actually knew. I think
literally Jazz only had 2 olives to keep track of. He wasn't even sure that he matched those 2 correct
it was
olives.
pure luck that he even got it.
Oh my gosh, so crazy. But from there, I do like the fact that, so my biggest frustration in our leg where we go out was our leg after the detours felt too linear. I felt like when you go right from there to the surfboards, granted, it was supposed to be a needle in a haystack kind of a thing. People went into the water and came out of the water in the same order, essentially, as they arrived. There was no shuffle in placement, and they went right to the mat.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that in this challenge, they did an active route info and then a roadblock, and that roadblock did allow for some shuffling because of how hard it was genius. I thought production did a much better job picking up on their failure with our season by making this a little harder from this point out. So as soft as these detour challenges felt, I felt like this active route info
made up for it at
pushing. The end. Yeah. So let's talk about the active route info. They've got to push this boulder up the hill, Sisyphus style.
Yeah. And it was a cool concept. I
loved it. And it wasn't short. Like it seemed like even once you got up to a certain point, there was a flat section and then another hill, and there were trees to navigate, apparently turtles to navigate. Like
was it a statue or was it a real turtle?
It was a real turtle. Chelsea said it was a real turtle. So granted, I did think, I don't know, James, did you feel like this was the exact same ball that you guys were building your globe on, that they just had paper
Yeah,
mache? Like I felt like it was
it
just
was
a
big
massive inflatable
and
ball that
super soft. It
was
was super soft.
just lighter weight than I want. I wanted it to be a little heavier, but
It
apparently
was a little
still
steep at parts, but
hard.
yeah, it could have
Yeah.
been a little.
I don't know. So cute. I didn't change placements a lot. I felt like
No,
most of the time
when
people got
they
into that challenge the same. Okay, so James is saying yes. He thinks it's the same exact ball. I don't. I'm sure they bought a new ball. I don't think this stuck around for like 6 seasons from when you guys used it in there. But yeah, it didn't seem that heavy. It felt like
yeah,
awkward. I felt
yeah,
like there were times where teams felt like they had to guide it.
yeah.
You
Well, because
definitely
it was so tall, they didn't
right.
see where the path was or the trees. That's why
Yeah.
someone should have been pushing it and the other person kind of directing it. But yeah, it could have been a little.
And I
heavier.
love the fact that Joseph's like, I've got this. You get
Yeah.
your sugars up, Adam, because with all the running that they were doing, Adam's sugars had been dropping. And so it was like, you guide me. This isn't that hard. Like I can do this myself. Kylan
Yeah.
the same way. He's like, I don't need the help. You just guide,
Yes. Smart.
Whereas, teams like Paige and Izzy, they just work together. And I almost feel like
And they
if
did
we
great. Yeah.
tackled this challenge, I think we could have gone to the side.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too.
And just kind of roll it along
On this side
from each side. Like I felt like that was the strategy on this, not one person from behind, just go, 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 as much as each of us guiding it from the side. I don't know. But from there, they've got to go to the roadblock. Who's the alpha?
Oh my gosh.
Who's doing this challenge for us, babe?
Okay, you're doing this challenge. Listen, when I try to think of the absolute most perfect challenge for you, like, yes, jumping out of an airplane, you could do easily.
Easy
something
peasy.
medical, like naming bones or muscles or something, would probably be the best challenge for you or the easiest challenge for you. But this, when I saw it, I was like, you wouldn't even have to have the guy go through. You would look at it, you would go, and you would accomplish it. I could not believe, I've never seen this. I've never thought that this challenge was made for Scott Thompson.
So for those that don't know my background, my username on every platform is Sigma Nu Elder. And it's because I was in a Sigma Nu fraternity back in the day. I had to learn as a pledge for that fraternity the Greek alphabet, upper and lower case. We got drilled on it constantly by all the actives trying to get us to like mess up or whatever. Like I know the Greek alphabet. And so being able to walk in that, see it, walk down, and the Greek alphabet is used a ton in math. And I minored in math in college too. So I've seen delta, I've seen gamma, I've seen all these lowercase designations and various different applications. So
yes,
plus this is attention to detail and memorization, and that's my strengths as well. So I felt like a huge advantage to me being able to go into this. Like I would have busted that out super fast.
I did love that it wasn't the same order. I love that they went in and it was a shuffled order, because it would have been a lot easier to memorize, do exactly what he was teaching them. So I do appreciate that they switched the order around.
Well, no, I agree. Like I appreciate the fact that it wasn't just a rote memorization thing. Like some of the challenges in the past where you just had to memorize a phrase or memorize a speech or something. Yeah. You just get that memorization down. But as soon as you walk down there and you see that it's shuffled, your mind will go blank. Like that's enough of a reset for some people where they just freeze up. Right. They're just like, oh shoot.
Or there's,
and you can see
who doesn't even look and goes through the whole thing. And not a single one worked.
And I feel like some of them tried. Like they had memorized alpha, beta, gamma, delta, the whole thing. They got down there and they just started saying alpha, beta, gamma, delta. They're like, nope. Like you didn't match a single one. Those are all wrong because it's shuffled. And they didn't even recognize that it was shuffled at first, right? I do agree, Chelsea. Super impressive. Like she rocked that challenge. They went from last place, guys, because of directions, to second place in this episode.
Amazing.
And it's 100% Chelsea rocked that, right?
Yeah.
Tucker.
Well, I have a little something.
Uh-oh.
I haven't told you that I was going to do this because I wanted to try to make it as fair as possible, because I know every time we talk about episodes, we are like, oh, we can easily do that. Oh, that's so easy. Oh, and like sitting on our bed, it's so much easier. but I want to prove that it's easier. So last night, because Scott flew out, he's at work. I printed all of the things.
Oh no!
And I want you to tell me now. Is it just lowercase?
It's just lowercase. Wait.
Okay, so I'm randomly.
Are you quizzing me?
I'm quizzing you. What is this?
Oh my gosh, that's beta.
And I did the.
Oh shoot! Oh no!
Yeah.
I don't know if I can really do it. I may have just been saying
I'm just doing the lowercase. Sorry,
that's gamma.
I did both.
That's gamma.
That's
but that
correct.
looks a lot like new. New is a V. Gamma is more of like an upside down Y. That's wait. Show me the top part.
Oh,
that's delta. That's the one that was struggling.
Correct. Yep, like I literally did this last night.
So on Tucker's attempt. So that's micro, but that's actually mu. MU.
Mu.
But micro is the term that we use in
this for
industry.
sure. No, because this is you.
That's sigma.
Sigma.
Sigma. Get new in there.
So I have a bunch of them. Let me just grab 2 more so we're not just wasting total time on this.
24 letters in the Greek alphabet. That is Eta.
Eta.
Yep. That was
I'm trying to find harder ones.
That is Psi. That's Michelangelo.
Okay. Hang on. Not new. Not these easy ones.
Is that
I don't even know what's easy.
That's new. That's new.
It's not. I had it upside down. Just kidding.
Oh, you were showing me the capital. Okay.
Sorry, I have it upside down.
That's lambda.
Sorry, upside down, you guys. Oh shoot! I'm trying to find.
Oh my gosh, I'm actually doing well. I'm surprised. I'm
not surprised.
Oh, one. Hold on. Okay, that's not psi.
No,
that's not phi. Is it upsilon?
Nope, it is phi.
It is phi. I got one wrong. Okay, so the capital phi is the circle with the slat, coming down through the middle. I got one wrong. Okay, second attempt.
Oh, it's this one. Oh wait, that one you mean?
No, that's theta.
That is theta.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I wanted to surprise you. I didn't want
to. You got me. I got nervous for a second. I'm like, maybe I'm all talk. Maybe I can't pull this
but
off.
I have a handful that we didn't do. We did do. You did, so you got one wrong. So maybe you would have gone down and talked to him and done
it. Is a challenge. Xi,
but
lowercase xi is a hard one.
I just wanted to prove that this challenge was like you. Besides medical stuff, that would be you too. Yeah. But this, I'm like, oh. Anyways, there you go.
Susie says those are easy. Come on, Lori. Get a harder challenge. Just kidding.
Oh man.
Oh, all right. So from there, they head to the mat. Okay. Jag and Jazz. First time. Okay, so 3 things in this episode was the first time Amazing Race has ever had this happen. Okay, so I just want to point these out. Mind-blowing. We're 38 seasons in and we're still managing to find ways to do things for the first time. Right?
I know. Awesome.
First time that we had a double U-turn where teams got to vote for 2 teams.
Yes.
I loved it.
I loved it.
The more stray votes that people can catch, the more drama things are going to be caused. I know that Mike and Nick said in our season, the reason they voted for us was because they were worried they were going to catch votes. And by piling votes on another team, when there are 2 teams that are going to catch a U-turn, I love that. I love the fact that you have to think on another level. If now I'm navigating second votes in a mix and we're talking 7 teams with 2 votes each or 9 teams with 2 votes each, like this takes complexity up to another level. I want Amazing Race to keep this from now on. If we're going to do double U-turn votes, everyone gets 2 votes.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not speed bump, but maybe it's finishing ahead of others. Maybe you finish on the podium, top 3, get an extra vote at this double U-turn vote.
Yeah,
maybe there's 3, I love this, right? Second thing, never happened before. Never in Amazing Race history have we had 3 teams get U-turned in the same leg.
Yeah. That's
epic.
Awesome.
Epic. Love it. Don't think it was the right decision, Joseph and Adam. But love that it happened. Finally, the fact that Jazz and Jag can get U-turned and still finish first in the leg has never happened in 38 seasons of The Amazing Race. It's phenomenal. These guys are great players, great team. I think it speaks to how soft the challenges were, because I feel like, they got olives on the first try. They got the,
They were out
carrying
with the
of the
music
stuff
first.
super fast. Like that was
Yep.
easy. And to be honest, I think it only took him 2 attempts on the Greek. Well, maybe it was 3 attempts. But again, this could have been harder. If it was harder for the U-turn, I don't think they survive, or I think they survive. I don't think they get first place. Right.
Right.
So
Right.
I feel like this is tough,
but epic. Those 3 things in one episode.
Yeah.
Epic.
Yes, I agree. Like, I feel like this shouldn't happen with a U-turn. 100% agree with you, James. Like, it just, as much as I love what production is doing by elevating the game, they could have done a little bit more here by making these challenges a little bit harder. Because you should not be able to survive.
Yeah.
Like, you should be at the back of the pack. There should be no way for you to get first place. But kudos to Jazz and Jack for being able to pull it off. Like, good job. Great job. Okay. Thoughts. I mean, so much here to like unpack.
Well, let's talk about the second group. That's all on the map.
Okay. Yeah. So
that's huge.
Second, third, 4 teams on the mat at the same time. That shows you how closely either they were finishing, because it looked like a foot race for second with all the people running through the pod. Well, no, that's not true. Like, Chelsea was taking time to usher the birds out of the way. So maybe they were a little bit ahead of everybody else. They get to the mat, second place, right?
Yeah.
And then right behind him, Joseph and Adam come running in, and Izzy and Paige come running in. So close foot race for third place, it looks like. All 3 teams are on the mat. Now, I don't know if these 3 teams are still there answering all the questions. We're trying to collect sound bites, right? Like, honestly, we were on the mat for a good 10, 15 minutes ahead of Jack and Carson in leg 3 when we won, because they were just collecting so much stuff. But it makes it look like we were finishing like super close together, right? Then Kylan and Taylor run up. Everyone's cheering.
This kind of hurt my heart. I mean, this was hard for me. I'm so not a gamer. Like, when they're all just so excited, which, yes, they're excited to see them, but that means they're so excited that it's not Tucker and Eric. And that was just like, of course you're happy. But then I'm like, oh, like, I just felt uncomfortable. I felt sad, especially that they have to watch that of how everyone reacted. Like, I'm just like, oh, that hurts my heart. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But it was hard to watch.
So
I guess maybe I'm a mama's voice. Maybe because it's like, I don't know. I don't know what. I just didn't like it.
It's hard for me, and maybe it's PTSD for me, when you see a good team go out on a U-turn after they were doing so well. You want them to have the chance to like redeem themselves, come back,
Yeah.
I didn't think there was going to be a non-elimination leg. We just had one the leg prior, like I wasn't in the cards.
And I felt like Tucker and Eric, for the last, because they've been winning. They're, online, everyone's like, well, what can they not do? Like, they were just kind of getting blasted because they're so good. Well, okay, now they're eliminated, people. So now what do you say about that? Like, I felt like it was kind of like, be careful what you're predicting these teams that they look like or what they're doing. They are doing well. Are they going to continue to do well? No, they're actually going to be eliminated. Like, you don't know what it's going to be. I actually thought, because I already knew before, right after it aired, I had heard who was like, I knew the order. I completely forgot last night. I thought it was Chelsea and Jack. When they run up and I was like, wait, Chelsea and Jack got second? I'm like, who is eliminated? Like, I was floored. And then I was like, Scott, how did I not remember it was Tucker and his brother Eric? Like, I did not remember that. But I'm just like, I don't know. We just got to be careful of what we're saying and how.
Here's some comments. I'm going to throw up people's comments because, again, I think it's a mixed bag. There were some people who thought it was rude. Some people thought it was sad. They were so happy. They wanted him gone. I agree. So this is what something I was going to point out. I don't think it was this is also said here by Colton. I don't think it was a dislike for Tucker and Eric. They were just excited about getting out a strong competitor. I think that's what it was. It wasn't a celebration of a dislike for Eric and Tucker. I think it was the fact that they were excited that a strong competitor was out, like what Izzy's saying. This
Yes.
evens the playing field for the rest of us to now have a
100%.
chance. When you have a
Yes.
game that's being dominated for so long by one team, and then that team's now out of the equation, it's kind of like, okay, now maybe there's a chance here, right?
Yes.
So I think that's
100%.
what it was, right?
But as I'm sitting in my bed, I know they're sitting in their living room with their mom or their friends or whoever, and they see that. I know that literally hurt their heart. Like that was like a, oh, I
It's
know it
hard to
wasn't like,
watch.
we hate them. I know it wasn't something super mean, like they were excited to get out a big competitor. Just for them to sit and watch them just kind of,
Yeah.
it just was sad. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're huge comps, yes.
yeah, everyone seems to be thinking that it wasn't as much a dislike for Eric and Tucker as much as they're just
100%, yeah.
excited about the
Yeah.
opportunity for themselves. I will say, I thought it was a little bit poetic here, and with all this nodding towards deity, right? We got Athena at the mat, welcoming them to Athens. Love that. We've got Sisyphus rolling the thing up the hill. Do you know another Greek tragedy that we learn about?
Well,
This
something
is
with 2
where
males that die? I don't
no,
know.
no. So in Greek mythology, there is a medical term that gets its origin in a story, a Greek tragedy, and that's the Achilles heel. So the
Oh,
Achilles
yes, I have
heel,
heard of that one.
yes. So the Achilles heel is when Achilles was dipped in the river Styx, was
Mhm.
held on by his heel because that was where she was able to grip him and dip him. He was invincible except for that spot where it couldn't be submerged. And I thought it was interesting that in Greece, of all
Ah.
places, we learned what Eric and Tucker's Achilles heel was, and that apparently is lowercase Greek alphabets. So while it would have been my alpha, right, my greatest accomplishment, my greatest
Yeah.
challenge, it was not Tucker's. And so, I think all season long we've been saying exactly what you said. What are they not good at?
Yeah.
Apparently Greek
Yeah.
alphabet,
Yeah.
so
And the whole time when they're running, Eric's like, "We got time. We got time." And I was like, "Stop
there's still a
saying that. You
chance.
don't have time." I'm like,
And
"You don't have time."
they
Stop
got out
saying
of the taxi and ran. Like,
Oh,
I thought that was
that's
smart.
iffy. I don't know if you
I
do that
thought
or
it
not.
wasn't smart. Like, I don't know,
Well, but if you are in traffic that is literally not moving, you're walking is faster than a
Could be.
non-moving vehicle. But then the second it opens, a car goes fast. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
great
I'm
episode.
shocked to see them gone. I'm sad to see them gone. They were just so fun, even though they were winning and like dominating. They were so funny. Like they just brought this charisma. They were enjoyable to watch. That some teams that they don't have that, so
Yeah.
I'll miss them.
So extra sad. Tucker's dyslexic, so of course letters are his Achilles heel. And
Oh, I
okay, so
forgot about
so
that.
here's something that I do want to probably get in when we get to our recap. I think that as fans, we sometimes get too one-dimensional. Okay. And what I'm saying is that we get too focused on the lens that we want to look at these racers through. And so often it's easy for us to apply the gender lens to it. Male team dominance. Well, here's the reality. Most amazing races are not won by male teams. We've had more male female team winners than we have male. Now, true, very few, only 3 female teams overall. So yes, there is a gender disparity there. And I do think Amazing Race should try to address it when they design these challenges, but it's not a male dominance. Okay. For one thing. 2, there are so many more things that racers are racing with when it comes to disabilities. I think we need to consider the fact that race plays a role here, right? We've been seeing Jazz and Jag struggle with some of the racial judgment that comes from wearing turbans as you run through Europe. And I know Taylor hit on this with her chat PCC comment this morning. And so I think we have to understand that, right? Adam is racing with type 1 diabetes. Apparently, Tucker's dyslexic and Joseph's dyslexic. So, guys, we have elements to these racers that are like ogres, right? Ogres have layers. Onions have layers, right? There's layers to these racers that we need to understand and appreciate and not be so full of animosity or hatred because of certain elements. Okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox here for a second.
No, and I'll say, I know a lot of male teams get a lot of hate about that, but cute Jack and Carson, like,
they're
yes,
not
they won.
alpha males.
These big, buff, fast running, lifting, like,
well, they are fast.
They are the cutest
fast.
nerd, and I say that of the kindness of I mean, I love them. They're amazing, wonderful. They deserve to win, but they aren't these big beefcakes out there, like, leading the way. Cesar and
Oh, Ricky and Cesar. Yeah.
Ricky, thank you. Ricky and Cesar. They too, they're not these, I'm going to take my shirt off. I'm going to lift it with one. They're not these big old beef heads that are out there. They also are a male team that won.
Will and James. Super cute couple, right?
Well, they're much larger. They are a little bit stronger.
They are more physical
than those two other teams. But so they don't look like the Adam or the
so I think recency bias makes us remember the more recent teams that have been male winners.
Yeah.
But by and large, these still aren't your super aggressive alpha male, like, so anyways, I think that's something that we just need to consider. This isn't one dimensional. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Yeah. There's many things that racers are racing with. And what I love about the Amazing Race is that one challenge can do you in. Coral can apparently take you 21 attempts to get right, and that can be the end of your race, So it is what it is. But all right, let's get to some of our giveaways, because I think there's so much to talk about. We need to leave some of it for our recap.
With our recap, yes. No. And those individuals that are coming on the show are just phenomenal. Rachel and Brendan. Are you kidding me right now? Like, I can't wait.
So excited. So excited. Okay. So which team did we think was going to win this leg? We had 14 people saying Tucker and Eric. So out of 33 responses, they definitely got the most. And I think they could have, but they couldn't survive that, alphabet. Yeah. So it was Jazz and Jag that got 10 responses. They were the ones that won this leg. So we're going to jump over here real quick and spin this wheel and shuffle it up first. And let's see who's going to win $10. $10 Venmo from us, or $10 gift card.
DM me on Instagram or
Dom! It's Dom from Tarham, the Amazing Race Hub on
Dom.
Discord. Dom was one of our guests in the last season. We had him on in the fan slot. So good job. Welcome, Dom. Okay, and then I'm going to switch over to this other tab. But first, sorry, I've got too many screens to navigate here. So the next question was, who did we think was getting eliminated? Now, Jack and Chelsea, you got 20 responses here. And I think that was fair. I think a lot of people saw them struggling with directions. They struggled yet again.
Half of the episode,
they were still lost.
Like, they are for sure going home. Like, there is no doubt they are for sure going home.
But Chelsea gets to that Greek alphabet and she dominates.
She killed it. I love it.
So they survive. It was not Jack and Chelsea.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we did have Tucker and Eric go home. They got 6 people who said them. So that's going to be this next one. This is for $5. So let's shuffle this up and see who wins this one. You got to reach out to us on our social media. And we'll give this Jacob Beavers. Yeah. Congratulations. He had a few entries because he follows us on multiple places.
Awesome.
So
yes, please follow us on our YouTube channel. We almost have 1,000.
We almost have 1,000 followers.
Subscribers.
Guys. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yes, I love it. So yes,
getting close to that next milestone. All right. And then last, which team was responsible for the episode title? And did you catch who it was?
I have no idea.
You don't remember?
No.
You know what was funny was even after watching,
I never remember.
Even after watching the episode, I texted this person. I'm like, "You got the episode title," and this person's like, "Actually, no, I think so and so got it." They thought Kylan had said it, and I was like, "No, dude, you said it." And he's like, "Oh, I thought the episode title was I hate olives." Like they totally didn't even remember what the episode title was.
Oh, that's funny.
This was a mix. We had a fair distribution of guesses. People again weren't sure on this one. I think you may be more successful next week with who gets the episode title for that one, because I think it's already been spoiled. I won't tell you where, but so for this one, we had 8 people say Kylan and Taylor, 8 people said Joseph and Adam. It was also Izzy and Paige, Tucker and Eric, like everybody got votes here. So this was Jazz and Jag. Jazz was the one who said, I'm not a big fan of olives. So let's get this one up here. This has quite a bit of Dom again. I don't know. Is Dom going to win 2 giveaways in 1 week?
Let's
find out.
We're apparently buying him dinner this weekend.
I know. We got to go to France. Dom! Big week for Dom, folks.
That's hilarious.
Congratulations.
All right. Show the pictures of our guests.
Yes. Let's get back to who our guests are going to be. So for those who are following along, we announced this early on because we've just been so excited about it. We do have Rachel and Brendan are going to be on the show. Amazing Race. 3 times Rachel's been on the Amazing Race. Brendan was on twice with her, including All Stars, that 24 season. Incredible. Yeah. And then we've got also Kyla and Taylor going to be joining us. So I'm sure they've got lots of tea to spill, lots of explanations and things to kind of tell us about what was going through their minds.
She
we
needs
need that
to explain why she voted for Izzy and Paige. And
well,
I feel like she has on her own socials, but it'll be fun having her to do it here.
100%. And so I'm excited to have them. And then of course we're excited to have Jazz and Jag join us. So they're going to be able to speak to, like, were these challenges just too easy? Did you just get lucky? Like, what were your thoughts? But definitely, I think
it's so fun. I'm so excited.
So please join us for the recap. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please subscribe. We're so close to that 1,000. I can just feel it. I love it. So close. But we love you guys. Thanks for being on the chat. Super talkative. Lots of fun. We appreciate your comments like always. So, that's right. So, all right. I got to get to the ER. We got to work. But love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.